it's Ellen Cottrill from Arts Unleashed, bringing you the gems of the arts community in Jacksonville. So today's guest, it's been said of her that anyone that's involved with anything creative in Jacksonville is on a first name basis with her. So Shawana Brooks, you're here with us today, and it's an honor. You have done so much. I know in 2018, you actually had the award for art advocacy in Jacksonville from the Cultural Council.
Yes. That seems like a lifetime ago, but yeah, just like maybe just like last year, right? Like a year ago.
Because you've done so much for the community, and it's awesome. So right now, of course, you are the arts and culture developer for the library.
Yes.
And you have started in that role, the Makerspace Gallery.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
The Jax Makerspace Gallery has kind of been around since also the inception of the Jax Makerspace itself. So that happened around like August of 2016. I came around like a little bit short on the end of that and came into the space, saw all these gorgeous light fixtures, and just knew that that could be a really great artistic gallery for our community here. And luckily, the powers that be also really took charge of that and thought, yeah, let's do this. Let's create a community gallery.
Well, you seem to be the perfect person to have taken it from nothing and made it what it is today. And I know you have so many more plans. There's so many more exciting things to happen. Tell me a little bit about your road that led you to that role.
Just like what you just said, I do. I love ideas, so it's so flattering that what you said at the beginning of the introduction about everybody who knows me. Maybe I'm just a very nosy person. I like to know a little bit about what's going on here so that we can make the connections. I think that we're all doing things, but sometimes we get caught up in silos. So if we were going to create this artistic space, what does that mean? What does that mean to the city of Jacksonville? And I think it's kind of organizing what do private sectors do? What do nonprofits do? What can we do intergenerationally? How can we have different forms of art? And honestly, a public gallery needs to be an equalizer within art. So how can we think of all of the audiences that we serve and how to be able to have this artistic experience? So it really has been innovative. And I think there's no such thing as failure. You learn from everything. So there were things that we did that, maybe now I would have done differently. There are things that I'm doing now that I kind of take heed from what we learned before because it helps us to keep going. So yeah, the current exhibit is around folk art. And even folk art itself, I hadn't seen done in recent times. And I think folk art gets relegated to a particular kind of stance that it belongs, or we should talk about it here, or maybe it doesn't belong at all. But when you can look at the community that you serve and see that Florida has such a rich folk heritage, Jacksonville has a really rich folk heritage. How can we as the library showcase some of our resources and the programs and talk about people like Zora Neale Hurston and Stetson Kennedy, and then also showcase the artists that are doing the work. So it's just really been a pleasure working in that space.
So can you tell us a little bit about maybe some upcoming programs or exhibits?
Yeah, even tonight, we always do a really great outstanding program around Art Walk. So any art walk, you can come in and you're going to find something dynamic that's going to be, basically inspired by the exhibition. Right now for March, we're going to be featuring like women folk artists. So we're going to be showing like the evolution of Black folk music and also showcasing like henna, which is like a kind of cultural tradition. So folk kind of helps to kind of show oral traditions, cultural heritage, and also contemporary things. And then upcoming in the future, we're going to have a really big folk festival in May. So, watch out for that. We're really excited about the plans for that. It really is kind of like hush hush because a major announcement will be coming, but that's going to be incredible. And even right now, we have a call online for the next upcoming exhibit that's going to be around assemblage and sculpture art. And we're going to get a little bit green. We want to talk about recycling so that we can kind of educate our community, because sometimes people just don't do things because they don't really know how. And we think the same thing about art. If you like visual art, you're also going to be able to see a written performance maybe later. You're going to be able to see a dance performance. You're going to be able to see poetry. So we like to make sure that all the art forms are shown. Like interdisciplinary arts, I think, is where it's at. And that's the magic. When you see something, you get to see everything.
That sounds beautiful. I love that. Love it. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. This has been awesome.
Thank you for having me.
If you haven't been to the library downtown on Laura Street, it's, of course, a beautiful building. And inside is the Makerspace Gallery, which is also beautiful. And you've made it incredible. It's beautifully curated. It's just it's a beautiful space to not just go see artwork, but there's interactive experience, pretty much with every exhibit that you've had.
Yes.
So do yourself a favor and go to the library. Even if you're not looking for books, there's so much more to do down there. Art Walk, like you said, is a great time to do it. It's the first Wednesday of every month.
Yes.
And
rain or shine.
Rain or shine. And of course, if it's raining, it's even better to go inside.
Well, definitely come on inside with us.
It's the best time. So thank you again for joining us. Thanks for joining us on Arts Unleashed. And get down to the main library on Laura Street and see the Makerspace Gallery. Thanks, Shawana.
Thank you, Ellen.